Welcome to Policing TV. Each week we will explore the highlights from our latest videos, diving into topics like AI, technology, drugs, and the people shaping the future of policing. On Tuesday, Bernard took a quiet walk through Delhi's National Police Memorial with reflection on sacrifice, service, and remembrance. Learning about the officers who gave their lives in the line of duty, and talks about why this place deserves more visitors.
So one of the striking elements as you come in is just how many names there are of those remembered. These are former Indian police service and law enforcement individuals who've died in service. So not retired and then subsequently died, but actually died in service, not always on active duty as such, but it is a remarkable number. I think my guide said to me it was in excess of 20,000 names that are mentioned here. So here, for example, in 2004 to 05, from the Central Industrial Security Force, Central Reserve Police Force, West Bengal Police, Uttar Pradesh Police, Punjab Police, Tamil Nadu Police, and so it goes on. And you'll see this is just a small part of the names that are mentioned. Now, we're coming up to the entrance to the National Police Museum, which actually is underground. It's underneath the main memorial itself. And so I'm not going in there just yet. I'm going to start by moving up here to the point at which the Wall of Valour is visible. And so, as you can see from this plaque, this memorial opened the National Police Memorial, dedicated to the nation by Shri Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister, on Sunday, the 21st of October, 2018. And very much given priority in the prominence in the memorial is this Wall of Valour, this side on the left and over on the right as well, in memory of, I think, a total of 8 police officers who died at Hot Springs, Ladakh, on the 21st of October, 1959. And the others reflected over here. I think actually it's a total of 10 rather than 8. You'll see that the memorial list goes on right round the gardens here, almost endless. And here, a little more detail on the National Police Memorial, dedicated to the nation on October the 21st, 2018, in recognition of the sacrifices made by police personnel since independence and their paramount role in preserving national security and integrity. Here we have the main tower. When I visited a couple of days ago, I recorded a commentary on the detail of this, my recollection being that there are 5 elements reflected here: the sky, the sun, the fire, water, and the 5th temporarily escapes me. We'll find the detail and maybe drop that into the video right here. What's one of the remarkable things about this memorial gardens is just how few people there are here. You know, there is just one person other than me occasionally in shot, and that is one of the key personnel who looks after the facility here. So absolutely remarkable. Now,
in this moving segment, retired Chief Inspector Catherine Pritchard shares what she learned about being diagnosed with breast cancer while on the job, why it mattered, and how small human actions can make a world of difference.
One of my proudest moments, I think, well, I look back and when you ask me, they're all to do actually, and I learned something about myself, they're all to do with helping people. And my biggest achievement was when I held a webinar for 230 people. And I found my notes from it. It's about cancer and the OK, the Oscar Kilo, the National Wellbeing Site. Because I felt I was diagnosed with grade 3 breast cancer 8 years ago for the first time, and had a double mastectomy and had 6 months of chemotherapy, and I lost my hair and radiotherapy. And I came back to work with Cheshire. What I realised during that experience, looking around, that there wasn't any specific support networks, and yet 50% of police personnel, police staff and officers go through cancer, or their close family. So it's a huge amount, Brendan, a huge amount, and yet there's nothing specific. And what I really found was HR were willing, but they're not skilled to deal, and a little bit nervous to say the wrong thing and to do the wrong thing. And I felt that very, very strongly. So I approached the OK, the National Wellbeing Site, and we held webinars, and they started small, and I set up a small cancer network, and then it grew, and we had, as I say, a national wellbeing cancer website, a series, and I felt so proud. And they were 2 hours long, and the feedback I got, and 60% of those online here, because did a poll at the end, had cancer themselves or had had it, and said the joy and the networks they created and the strength to get them through that. I think that is my proudest moment, because without that, those connections and that support, we had one male sergeant that did it from his hospital bed in Liverpool at Clatterbridge. He wanted to be involved, and he wanted to hear how I dealt with it, how I was back at work, how I transitioned back to work. And when that finished, I thought, that was a good day. That was a good day. Yeah, really special.
Today I made a difference.
Yeah, and I really felt that. I really, really felt that, and made the difference. Yeah, I really, really did. And then I got the cancer again 6 years later, and I've been in a good, positive health frame now for 18 months. And as a result of the first time, I was able to get transition through the second time a lot simpler through work, because I knew how to navigate it. That's the only benefit, is that I knew how to navigate, how to signpost, and how to, like I've said to you when we first touched on it, how to guide those people through. And it made me realise nobody really wants to deal with somebody at work that's got cancer, but it's really important to do that, so they still feel part of the organisation, and they still feel part of the policing family. And I think some people achieved it better than others.
100%. We've talked a lot about your journey, and my goodness, it touched my heart. It really did. And I'm so grateful to whichever Lord or religion you believe in, that you're here to be with us. Just like, but I know it's through a lot of drive and determination from yourself. And I want to touch, if we can then, on what factors enabled you to get through this in the workplace. What enabling things happened that supported you through this, perhaps things that leaders in the police service today could think about. And actually, everyone's a leader in the police service, so you may be working with someone who's in their late 40s or younger, who have been diagnosed with cancer, or any other life-changing thing that's happening to them, where you may be scratching your head thinking, I'm not quite sure how to navigate this. And I think it's the same for HR teams as well, not quite sure how to navigate this. And
in the last video of the week, we hear from Rachel Harrison, who talks to first-time rider Staffordshire Sergeant Sam Jackson and Cops trustee Donna, as they reflect on what the Police Unity Tour means to them. It's about remembrance, resilience, and the incredible power of connection.
This year, what inspires you to take part, and how have you found it?
Well, this year it's been grueling. I won't deny it. It's been painful. We've had some massive hills in the challenge. However, I've been riding for an officer who served Staffordshire Police. His name was PC Robert Owen. He died in 1985 whilst he was on duty with his colleague, and he was involved in a road traffic collision, unfortunately losing his life. None of us know before this tour who we're going to be riding for, but having the privilege of riding for a Staffordshire officer has motivated me through over the last few days. When times have been tough and those hills have been steep, just looking down at the wristband with that officer's name on has motivated me through. Last year I attended the Memorial Arboretum, I've attended the service as part of the Federation to meet the officers in. The charity itself, COPS, is a Staffordshire-based charity. The National Memorial Arboretum is based in Staffordshire, and up to now we've not had much of a turnout of officers riding. Last year we had 3. This year we've had 12, which has been fantastic, and as part of that I wanted to encourage other officers to take part in this fantastic event and raise money for Staffordshire and for COPS charity. This year I think we've raised a grand total just for our chapter of just over £16,000, and as a charity as a whole so far they've raised £235,000, which is fantastic. So it's a great cause. I'd encourage anyone that hasn't taken part, that's a keen cyclist, come and join us next year. It's the charity, I cannot explain what they do for the family. It's fantastic.
Thanks, Sam.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Donna. I'm a survivor and a trustee for COPS. 2 days ago I had the privilege of cycling into the Arboretum for the 10th time on my 11th Unity Tour. I joined the Unity Tour in 2015 and did the London chapter for the first time, where I met some amazing people who I still like to call my blue family now. Each year I've done it, different people have been on the rides, and I've done a couple of different rides, 2020 being the virtual Unity Tour. COPS is just an amazing charity. I love nothing more than cycling in Drayton Manor and being supported by my fellow survivors and the siblings group, who are just utterly amazing. Love doing it every year, can't wait for next year, might even do Scotland.
Thank you for watching. Tune in next week.